We're going to start the show differently today. The audience has not come yet for our show tonight, but we have to address, we've been off for 2 weeks, so we have to address why that has been the case. And it's been a pretty heavy 2 weeks, as all of you out there know, all of you in Hawaii know, all of you nationally know. And 2 heavy hitter incidences have happened this past 2 Sundays. And the one Sunday before we had our scheduled Pine and Jigger show was the horrific situation that happened in Diamond Head with 2 officers getting shot. It was horrific from Sunday morning all the way through the day, and kind of deeper ties with the female officer involved, because the show had personal connections, especially with her and with her ex-husband, John. And John Andrew has been in our audience and has been a friend of ours for quite some time. And another tie-in to that was that, I don't know if many people knew, was that John did work part-time at Pine and Jigger. And he took that job because he wanted to learn the business. He wanted to open up his own restaurant. And at the time, he was married still to Tiffany, and Tiffany is loved by many already, loved by many in the fitness industry, loved by many in the bar industry. Very happy person, very just full of energy, would always be accompany John or come into Pine on her own. Everybody loved her, all the Pine employees loved her, everybody in the bar industry loved her. So with all of that just devastatingly crashing down, there was no reason, especially out of respect to John, the families of Officer Kalama, John's daughters. Tiffany was a grandmother. Through all of that, it was just why even have a show on that Tuesday. It was going to be the Tuesday right after the Sunday. And some people were saying, just keep the show going, keep it anyway. And I'm like, there's just no way. There's just no way. And when the candlelight vigil was announced that Tuesday night, that was sealed the deal. And just out of respect to everyone everyone affected, clearly, because it's an island. We're all connected in a way. I don't really know Tiffany. It was just a high-buy situation, but I know people like the Lord knows John, Tiffany, the family, close to them, as were many. And it was only fitting to not do the show at Pine and Jigger that night. Of course, our hearts and prayers go out to them still. It's still a heavy situation. And on top of that, the next Sunday thereafter, we had in a national situation affecting us in a far different way, Kobe Bryant passing away, his daughter Gianna passing away, 7 others passing away, all in a helicopter incident on a Sunday morning. And that has greatly affected everyone here nationally in a totally different situation. So just wanted to take this time out before we get started. I know we're a funny show and we all talk our shit on here, but we do get affected by these things. This is real, this isn't gonna be something we can just blow over. So I feel like we had to do it. Reason why we didn't do Pine and Jigger on Tuesday, there's no reason no one would want to come into the Pine and Jigger wanting to hear us Yahoos talk anyway. So with that said, we're gonna keep it going, new show for tonight, and our thoughts and prayers, as always. We love you all, and Godspeed.
You're now listening to Sleep Time's Over.
Listen up, everybody, as you tune to this podcast. Sleep time's over, come closer to get the raw facts. Zach Moore's hosting on the show, for sure. Recording live from July, that's the dope, Talking reminisce about the good old days in the now. Sipping on that old fashioned at the room at Hi Brau. That's right. Location worldwide on your stereo deck. On your phone, on the pad, but guaranteed all fresh. Reviewing music and the nuisance that the media makes. But got the blueprint with the newness that the people will take. Good old America ain't ready for that island of slang. Sleep time is over, give a a toast up to the rest of the gang. To your tribe or the vibe or the click on the mission. Suggest you dive cause we live on transmission. Listen, he got the voice that got the locals on vote. Zach Moore's for mayor, but for now, lock it in for the show. Hey. Sleep time's over. We're back in the house tonight. The CEO of Kurbside Worldwide. Off with all your heads. Astreaux Guillotine. We got the sommelier de la stars. Guy Cameron. On the ones and twos. DJ Freeze. Your host tonight. DJ Zach
I want to try this. It doesn't work. I was trying to do like a Vader thing. Sorry. It doesn't work. Forget it. Welcome, everyone. We are back. February's here. The Lord Flores again. Shout out to him for always the great intro. Sky Cameron is here. Is he keeping the mask on? No, you took the mask off. Right? Freeze, you still got the... Okay. Yes.
Well, no,
that's been the...
Hopefully. Right?
Well, okay. Well, let's go with this to start off since it's been a while and everybody's talking about this shit. Okay, so everybody's all freaking out. Everybody out. Well, first of all, thank you to everyone listening. Thank you to everybody watching. We'll start with that introduction. Shout out to the sponsors. Aloha Beer Company downstairs. We have the Hi Brau Room here. Get up to Hi Brau Room in Lord Flores, yes? There we go. LMC Media, Sakine Company. It's not calamansi. It is, what is the dessert of choice this week? Pumpkin chocolate chip. Very appropriate for the coronavirus. And Scott, you sell wine, and you're all the expert of wine. Shout out to Chambers Wine.
Chambers and Chambers Wine Merchants, thank you very much.
There we are. And how you guys been? It's been a while, because if you guys remember, you and DJ Freeze, the Paul Schaefer to the show, who's has his own camera. He's got the Freeze cam. You guys were not for the last episode. We had to have our social media director, if he knows what that is, and he's got a mic. Jay Neds.
Yo, we out here. Hi.
Continuation from the past episode.
Words. I say words.
Got it. Ditto. So he's got a mic now. Future, he's going to have the Nads cam.
Wow.
Get ready for that,
Hey.
right? Can the budget get any worse? And then so we're going to start with something that's been going and freaking people out. Everybody's getting scared. Everybody's all getting stressed out. Fear. Living in fear. Fox News, shout out. This coronavirus thing, man, is out of control. It's just ridiculous. And everybody's getting sad. So I figured we should start with me giving some helpful hints and tips of it's going to be okay. Don't stress out about the coronavirus. I'm going to give you reasons why it's going to be all right.
I can't wait.
Just live your best life, all right? So I have a list here. First of all, okay, let's break this down. It's from China, okay? What's China known for? They don't have the best air. Kind of shitty air. Kwalified's in the building. He said something I couldn't hear, but I acknowledged it. China's got shitty air, all right? Not the best air. You got bats. Bats carry a lot of disease. Bats and shitty air equals pandemic viruses. So, of course, it's going to be something going on over there. Hawaii don't have shitty air and bats.
But we got a lot of Chinese coming over here.
They're living in Kahala, bro. That's fine. They're not coming from...
Visiting. We're a big tourist hub.
The Chinese aren't coming here. We got the Japanese coming here. We got the Australians coming here. Chinese are going straight to LA. That's what they're doing. They're bypassing here. They don't want to do it. So we don't have to deal with that many Chinese people. But on the fact of that, you have bad pollution. Pollution leads to respiratory problems. What is the coronavirus? A respiratory problem. You know what else is a respiratory problem? The flu. The flu's killed a lot more guys than this thing, okay? And that's been going on for a longer time, all right? Have you ever had the flu?
Yeah, I think we all have, right?
I don't know.
You've never had the flu? What are you, Bruce Willis from Unbreakable or some shit?
Wow. Good reference. Freeze, did you ever get the flu? You know about that? Influenza? All right.
Nah, I guess influenza, but definitely get hella sick from time to time.
Well, you party hard. Jay Nads, you're a fitness guy. Does the flu affect you?
No flu.
He's invincible. Just like you guys. That's why you're in the
Vitamin
fitness
C, calamansi.
There you go. Calamansi, vitamin C. That's
I guess
make
me
that rhyme.
and Freeze are hanging out with the bats.
He's a night guy. Shout out Asylum. I'm just saying, like, if you think about it too. Does everyone wash their hands? Do you like to wash your hands?
I
everyone?
hope so. Yes. Yes.
Everybody in the crowd, they like to wash hands?
We hope so.
Please nod yes. Okay, so you have that. And then if you sneeze, okay, here's what you do when you sneeze. Do you sneeze like, do you put it in your hand?
I dab.
Or do you do that? All right?
You do the dab sneeze?
You do the dab sneeze. You know, whenever you're ready.
Right.
You do a slow one, and you sneeze into your elbow pit.
It's the original dab.
Right? You do that, you don't spread nothing. So people are going to be saying, is it's people to people spread? If you do that, I think you're cool. I think. I'm not
I
done
just
with
want to
this
see
list.
how much the
I'm not
body
done.
count racks up before you start.
I'm not.
getting
Hey, shout out
concerned.
body count. Shout out Ice-T. You guys remember that? Okay. So because of the shitty air, you're washing your hands. You're taking care of this stuff. The flu is worse. Let's think about what is your circle? What is your social circle? All right. Are you working in Waikiki? Are you dealing with tourists? Are you dealing with Ala Moana, like some high-end place that deals with tourists? If you're not, you're probably less prone to getting this shit. All right. You sell wine, Sky, for example.
Yes.
All right. You're going around the town. You see all the local people.
Right.
The local people don't have the coronavirus. So you're cool. It's good. Freeze, you go to late night and you hang out with bats. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
It's kind of 50-50 right now, the over-under.
No, but I mean,
It's too early to call this.
in Kailua, we have a protective bubble over Kailua, so we laughing at
Kailua wants to separate themselves from the island.
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah, that's going to happen. And then we have the fitness world. Jane, as you're in Central Side.
Yep.
You're in Aiea, Pro City. Shout out Kurbside Worldwide. But
Hey,
there's
Pro
no
City, Pro City.
coronavirus there. So then we're good. We're good. Right?
Thanks, Doc.
I'm trying to get everybody, because everybody lives in fear. Let's start this thing on just a positive note that we're gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be all right. Shout out Naughty by Nature. I'm shouting
Shout
out a
out-
lot of songs for some
Shout
reason.
out Bob Marley.
Even better. All right. Even better. That's basically what's going on. And then don't forget, and it's also a fear factor of creating racism toward these international students, because we're automatically thinking the international student coming from China is going to be having this virus.
Yeah, that's what I got a text on Sunday morning saying that they thought they had found something on UH campus with one
Right.
of the Chinese students. It was a false alarm. I
Right.
think just people are freaking out with it.
Exactly. That's what we're doing. We're giving helpful hints, helpful factors to get through this. We're going to be okay.
All right.
We're going to be all right.
We'll hold that to you when the shit goes down.
I'm just going to say, I'm going to stand and just be like, we're going to be okay. I'm just going to stand ground. And that's how we're going to open the first show of February.
Wow.
February 4th
There you go.
is the date.
No fear. No fear February.
And then on top of that, we got the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Right?
How was your Super Bowl?
Super Bowl. It was a great game, first of all.
Yeah.
Better game than last year, I'll tell you that right. More fun game. It was a great comeback win. Shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs of not Kansas.
Were you rooting for Kansas City?
I actually was, because there's too many bandwagon San Francisco people on this island. I can't stand them, because I think of the Warriors. Warriors, 49ers, all these guys can get out here. So Kansas City barbecue is good too. So
So
Kansas
even more
City's in
so.
Missouri. All right.
Well, viewership was up, ratings was up. It was up 10 million
Oh,
from
the
last
ratings
year.
was up on this?
Yeah, 102
Okay.
million viewers.
It is rightfully so, because it was a great comeback win. It was 20-10 Niners, and then Mahomes. Where are my homies? Shout out Illal Scratch. I'm referencing songs. Freeze, you got that song? Illal
Probably.
Scratch. Where are my homies?
Oh yeah, somewhere.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, somewhere.
All right.
Not all.
I didn't set you up for that, right? I'm sorry. Okay. It's fine.
So are you someone that watches the game as well as all of the commercials? Because it's probably it's the biggest advertising day of the year, right?
Oh yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
So do you actually sit there and watch the commercials like everybody
No,
else?
I don't, because it's a complete waste of time. And this is why. Okay, this is what I'm saying. Okay, if you're a football fan,
Right.
if you're a true football fan, especially if your team is in this game, you're staying home by yourself to watch this game because you're stressed. You're not going to be going with a bunch of yahoos hanging out, bringing their kids, running around, a bunch of people that I don't understand the game, and they're all running around. They're talking. What do people do with a party? They talk. You're trying to watch the game.
So you don't believe in the Super Bowl party?
As of right now, as of this past Sunday, 2020, I'm officially putting a nix on Super Bowl parties.
Not do it. That's right. Can we have a round of applause?
You're like Clint Eastwood
Maybe.
in Gran Torino. You're that grumpy old man.
You know what? You can be. We start the squad right now because I'm just saying, if you're watching football, if you're a football fan, you're watching the game. You can. The Super Bowl party is for the non-football fan. It's for a reason to get together. Reason to get together with friends. When friends get together with friends, what do? They talk. The opposite of what you're doing, what you should be watching the game. So I'm just saying it's not needed. And then on top of that, you got these commercials that people are getting all excited about, which I don't know what the hell for. Shout out to Bill Murray. What else they had? I mean, but is it like what? And then what do you do in a party when you see this? Like a bunch of you guys are all sitting there. You got kids running around. You got probably some brought their dog, and then you guys are looking at this commercial, and then you guys are like, oh, and then you move on with your life, and then that's it. So I don't get it. I just don't understand. And then we
you're
just
a
go back to
Debbie
eating, talking about gossiping, talking about how we don't understand the game, and then that's your party. I'm just saying, Sky, were you at a Super Bowl party?
I was with my family.
Okay, because you don't watch football.
No, not really.
Okay, so what was the reason for you to be at a Super Bowl party?
I got invited. I think that's
call.
a good enough reason.
So,
I like to party.
Yeah, that's right. The party animal that. And I think I'm gonna know the answer to this.
But we have two TVs, right? You got the TV in the front of the house and the back of the house. The front of the house for all the uncles that are serious about just watching the game,
Okay.
drinking Bud Light, smoking cigarettes,
serious.
whatever. And then the back of the house where the rest of the family watches, where it's just whatever. People can talk and they can
talking.
Yeah, you don't get yelled at by a guy like you.
Exactly.
Shut up.
Because you're watching football here. What are we doing? We're not watching Miss America pageant here. We're
right.
just watching this thing, and then we're just gonna be watching this thing. So I watched it by myself. All good. Frieza, I'm probably gonna know the answer to this. Did you watch the Super Bowl?
I did. I mean, I had to
You
cook.
did?
I had to cook for some dude's party, so I was there. I didn't really watch.
Was
but-
it at the bar or at someone's
Wait a minute.
house?
Oh, it was at his house at Park Lane.
This is DJ Freeze Catering or something?
Yeah,
You
pretty
cater?
much. I do, bro, I
What's
do
the menu,
everything.
Frieza? What you mean?
We did pizza and fresh hamburgers and generic ass hot dogs.
Where I like the fresh hamburgers, and then you go generic ass hot dogs. I like that. That was
That's just
good
there for the
comparison.
kids. That's just for the kids.
Redondos for the win. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Bar
not
ass?
even
I don't know.
Redondos. It's something else.
So you heard about how much
Ballpark.
money's being spent on the commercials and everything, right? Like it's a record $435 million.
You're right. It's phenomenal. It's
$5 million per 30 seconds.
right. It's going to only go up every year.
So
right?
does the crowd want to guess who was the biggest sponsor? Who spent the most money on the Super Bowl? this
Anybody
year?
watch the commercials? Anybody like the commercials? In
Well,
the
who
crowd?
who would you just guess would be the biggest sponsor of a Super Bowl? That's right, Budweiser, number
go.
one.
How about it?
41 million.
Shout out Corey Love. Who's in
That's
the house
nothing for
tonight.
them too, huh?
So
That was a drop in the
shout out
bucket.
at the mission.
Damn.
So of course Bud Light is going to be there, and then you had like what Tide.
Doritos is a
commercial,
staple,
Doritos.
right? Cheetos.
What else? You had some insurance
Mountain
company.
Dew,
Yep. Wow.
insurance.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
I mean, Jason Momoa can get out of here. I mean, Lisa Bonet. Shout out Lisa Bonet. You know, she had a speaking role in this commercial.
That's right.
That was good
She
to
was
see.
spotting him.
That was good to hear Lisa Bonet. But besides that's about it. Shout out to the guy, the Hawaii's Most Wanted guy. You
Yeah,
gotta
the
shout
guy
him
named
out.
Super Bowl Akarize.
That's his last name?
I believe
Akarize?
so,
Super
yes.
Bowl Akarize?
Don't come at me, Super Bowl. We're not calling you out on this
Well,
show.
was Super Bowl watching the Super Bowl?
Do people know what we're talking about here?
Dude, if people look up, there's a Hawaii's Most Wanted. His name is Super Bowl Akarize. Now this is a thing.
Maybe we
He's a
should say
legit
that.
That's his name?
No, man.
Legal name?
He's
It's his
criming
legal
right
name.
now.
It's his legal name.
It's his
in the-
legal name.
It was in Hawaii News now. He's been arrested
Yes.
a couple times on assault.
This came out on Sunday morning, to get get
But
good
his-
excitement.
First name is Super Bowl. Legal name on his birth certificate.
So we're wondering, is Super Bowl actually watching the Super Bowl?
Not if he's
I think he's
incarcerated.
robbing.
Or he's robbing. He's robbing and stealing. God. Can you imagine if he was watching this? What if Super Bowl is
Yeah.
a fan of this? But yeah, so shout out to him. See, hopefully
Nice
he
to
wasn't-
nice to know our president knows where Kansas City is, right?
You like you saw how the Republicans were defending him, saying like,
Well, technically it was at one point.
they're hanging by a thread. These
Spin
guys.
masters.
So okay, along with that, there was something else that we did during the break.
Yes.
That I did Sunday morning
Right.
before the Super Bowl, because I went to go see Bad Boys 3. Now,
Bad Boys for Life.
Bad Boys for
The
Life.
official title,
Lame.
right?
It's the third movie. So what are you guys gonna name the fourth one, guys? Okay, so I went to go see this thing because we did, you and I, a Bad Boys trilogy podcast.
Well, we did
special.
Bad Boys 1 and 2 because we were
Right.
shocked that you never saw Bad Boys 1 and 2.
Never saw Bad Boys 1 and 2. All the
I
way.
was shocked.
I did a marathon on Thursday. Started on Thursday, 8 in the morning. 8 in the morning, I dedicated my life to Martin Lawrence, Tia Leone, 4 hours, and went straight through from Bad Boys 1, Bad Boys 2, took an hour break. I had to make a sandwich. I had to go eat a sandwich in between.
We won't
And-
tell everybody your thoughts on Bad Boys 1 and 2. They have to listen to the podcast.
What kind of
There you
sandwich
go.
did
Shout
you
out
make?
Cliffhangers. But I went to see Bad Boys 3. Sunday morning, 10:45 a.m. at the Ward Theater.
All right.
And
And what is your thoughts?
okay, well, a couple things happened on the way to the theater. That was the only time I could get before the Super Bowl at 1:30. So
Right.
I go in there. I get the ticket online, is what the young people do. And then I go in there and I go to, I like to get a beverage. I like to get the Diet Coke.
Right.
I like to get caffeine, be wired.
Okay.
And I don't need to worry about peeing because, as you know, I take
FF.
theater 9, theater 10. When you go theater 9, theater 10, factoid, Ward Theater, you go there, you go FF. You take the FF seat, you go right outside the door. There's the men's restroom right there. The guy architects for the the restroom, 30 seconds, maybe less. You go in and out, you pee, shoot them out, come back. It's
Shake
easy.
'em out.
All right. So you go in there, you pee, so you can just drink all you want. Get the Diet Coke, because I'm going to get the Diet Coke. We get Auntie over there, like, so what you like? Okay, I just get a large Diet Coke. That's all. I've never heard anyone tell me that at the theater. She said, that's all. I'm like, oh, I just like drink. You don't like eat? You gotta eat, right? I'm like, no, eat after. You don't like nachos? She's really trying to sell me this thing.
Right.
This like one Tita Bun girl. Okay, so she's saying, you don't like nacho?
Consolidated
Get
upsell.
special, I'm like, oh. So then I go like, what's the special? Just go anything you like. Two stuff you like. $8, I'm like, how is that possible? The drink is $8. I do it for you. What?
Generic hot dog.
And I'm like,
Maybe
am I
she
getting
liked you,
pranked
man.
right now? She looked like the gal who tackled the guy Best Buy. It was like really like it was like her sister. So like I was gonna ask her questions about her, but then she's there trying to sell me this stuff. I should have took the deal, like 2 for $8, right?
Right.
Nachos and a drink for $8, $4 a piece.
She probably
Is that
liked you.
legit?
She was stealing.
More like generic hot dogs, bro.
Criming. Everybody's criming. So I'm just like, no, it's okay. I was like, okay, if you like, come back. I hear.
You know,
I'm like, okay.
I gotta say though, she might have felt bad. You know, you were there on Super Bowl Sunday watching a movie by yourself at 10 in the morning. Like,
Yeah, I get-
it's not a good look. It's not a good look.
Oh, you
It
need
gets
friends.
worse.
You
What is
like
that?
a
That was
friend.
like a pity nachos.
You like me watching
Jay,
a
where
movie
you
with
was
you?
for this,
She
huh?
was gonna say that right after. You like me
So-
sit with you.
Well, there were people sitting around me.
There were people in the movie theater.
There were exactly 5 other people in
Wow.
the theater. All women.
single- all women.
All women theater. I was like the Sex and the City at this point.
Wow.
All women in the theater.
I bet you
And,
were the Miranda.
There were 2. She might have been named Miranda because there was this Holly gal with another Holly gal right in. So I'm sitting here and they're like right in the corner of me, right here on the left. Quiet the entire time, only until. I don't want to give away the movie, but when there's a lot of blood involved in action,
Right.
and Will Smith, then they start to get like I don't know if they got bothered or if they got like aroused, but then they started to make out with each other. So I had 2 Holly women making out during the action bloody scene of Will Smith. So I don't know if this is them celebrating Will Smith getting bloody, or just them getting aroused by violence in Will Smith, or just being aroused by Will Smith in general, or just being alone in the theater. You decide. Right?
Yeah, all of the above.
Shout
And
out.
you're
Good
watching.
choice, Lord. And well, I can't. What am I supposed to do? I'm like, here, I'm drinking, right? I'm with my straw, right? Factoid for men: you don't ever drink with a straw. Don't ever let people see you drink with a straw. You do this, right? You just do this. It's not a thing. But then I'm there, and they're right on the left of me. Okay, they're right on the left of me, making out, and then they start to make moaning noises. And I'm trying to get into this movie, right? I'm trying to focus in. I watched 2 of them. I want to see the third one.
Right.
They're going into the thing. I'm like, how is this going to end? Like, what are they going to do to stop this situation? Hour into the movie. We're going at hour 15, hour 20. Pivotal moments in the movie. There's a plot twist in the movie. About right time of the plot twist for the people that's seen Bad Boys 3. Then they stop, they get up, and they leave. So they did not see the ending middle of this said movie. And that was it. So I was fine with it because then I got to enjoy the dramatic conclusion of Bad Boys 3. But that's what happens when you go to a movie at 10:45 on
a
Super Bowl
on Super Bowl Sunday.
Sunday. They're all there.
We want to make out.
They're ready. Making out at 10:45 in the morning.
Wow.
Shout out to people making out at 10:45 in the morning.
So, can you give us just a brief thought on the movie? I mean, besides chicks making out, Jesus, it took.
All right, back to the movie.
That was a long answer, and you never really
I'm
answered.
telling
my
you,
question.
blow by blow.
All right.
No pun intended.
I didn't ask the consolidated movie theater review. I asked some review
I'm
of
just
the
saying,
movie.
this is what goes on. I'm giving you real hand accounts, okay? Yes. shut
Hand
up.
accounts, ha.
Wow, hand
Hey,
account. You weren't
You
doing
put the
anything with
finger
your
right
hand,
on that one.
J-Nets, talk into the mic for that line. That was a good line. Okay, so Bad Boys 3, I was pleasantly surprised. I enjoyed
Yeah.
it. The plot was good. It was a simplified plot. It moved well. They made clear references of their age being it's like, was it 17 years?
Right.
Will Smith, for the first time, looked old in this.
Well, he's
Will Smith's-
51. He's
right,
still
but Will
looks
Smith
good.
always looks good. He's got
51.
good skin. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he looked old in this one. Martin Lawrence, worse for wear.
Yeah, he's 54. So
He's hanging on. So that not looking too good. But I gotta say, it was a good plot twist, as I said earlier, and I'm gonna give it 4 mics.
Wow.
I'm gonna give it 4 mics. Bad Boys 3. Bad Boys for life.
And they've already greenlit Bad Boys
And they greenlit
4.
Bad Boys 4.
They should have saved the Bad Boys 4 for Bad Boys for Life for
so
number
what they
4.
gonna call it, right? What, Bad Boys for real?
Yeah,
Right? What the hell are they gonna call this thing? Right?
Bad Boys for Christ's sake.
Right. But then we said we can't use
Yeah,
that because
yeah.
like the religious
Yeah.
groups are gonna get all upset. And they're gonna do it. So, but I enjoyed it. I did not get the. What's your review, Bad Boys 3?
Wow. I think I like the beginning of the movie. I think it's really solid. The first
Spoilers.
half.
Yeah.
I feel like it kind of goes off the rails on the second half. So it's a 3 mic for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I was enthralled.
But you know, also maybe you remember how. Okay, well, we'll maybe spoil just a little bit of a review. We weren't the biggest fans of Bad Boys 2.
No.
People in the crowd like Bad Boys 2. Yeah. Better than Bad Boys 1. Yeah. Well, Aaron and I weren't really the fans, and I think going into Bad Boys for Life, I had a little bit higher expectations, hopefully, that they could kind of put together. Now that I also knew that Will Smith was involved with the production and the script, script development and everything.
Right.
And they did a lot more character work, right? I
Right.
mean,
There's no Michael Bay.
No
And then
Michael
they
Bay.
got Bilal to be in the director.
Adil and Bilal, the
Shout out
two
Bilal, the
directors.
singer, R&B singer.
right?
No, it's not Bilal. Anybody remembers Bilal?
They're Belgian directors.
Right. Belgian. It's not Bilal. He did Southern
And Michael
Baptist
Bay
Radio.
does a cameo as a wedding DJ.
I
you
did
notice
see
that?
that? Yes, I
Yes.
did. That was pretty weird, but I thought it was fun. I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was just a fun, not Michael Bay-esque movie, which is a good change of pace. And
Yeah, without spoilers, the twist is not bad, and they set it up for the next movie. And
Right.
go
Bad Boys for
definitely-
real. Yeah,
We'll go check it out.
I dug it. It was a good deal. What else we got on?
Well, we
tap?
have don't we have an additional special guest correspondent?
We got all kind of things going on. Yeah. So what we'll do is we're gonna take a break, but then before we do so, let's go with this week. We've got pretty much the entire LLC is gonna be here. Kurbside Worldwide is here. Astreaux Guillotine. We're gonna sit down. We're gonna get to know him seriously, and then we're also gonna have we'll do a special little tribute to. We have our favorite 69 guester, Kwalified, is back.
Woo!
For the 69th time yet again. Don't ask me how we do that and figure that out, but he will be back here. And we got fun in suit. And Astro's going to be performing. New album, Leo Sees. Yes, let's take a break here.
Fans of death. I don't know why. Okay. Go air horn.
All right, are y'all ready? All right. Okay. We're going on our next segment.
You said you don't need to.
We're gonna edit it right before the air horn.
But Freeze, if you want to chime in, you can say because we got a lot of things going on in this shot here.
All right. Here we go.
And here we are. Welcome to Sleepover Time. Special edition. Most people we've ever had in the shot, and it's only fitting that we have this man who is in charge of the whole thing of all these people of Kurbside Worldwide. Finally, Astreaux Guillotine is here.
I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be back.
Back again.
It's my third time.
Yes, it is.
So, I'm way far from catching Qualified, but I just got to keep coming to the show.
You just gotta keep going. and you've got this plethora. You can use that word. Plethora of talent.
Facts.
And I just got to go again. I asked you this last time. Can you name every single member?
I knew I should have wrote this down. Okay, no, I can. So there's me. There's Matt Thompson 910, Sly Bands, Praise, Kayla,
Shout out. Yes.
Jess, Lay, Thomas's honorary member.
Wow.
Shout out Square Barrels.
Wow.
That gave me time to think of more names. No Shade, Young Six, Trip God. We just added another young man. He's 17 years old from the West Side. His name is Zoe. I just watched this young man perform 3 songs with no backing vocals, and I know a lot of guys that are in their 20s that don't do that. So, of course, I had to get him. Shout out to the West Side. We've got Jamar Locate, Alex B13. They actually have branched out into form their own label. So we actually have been able to help foster people who created their own thing now. So they have a label called Amani Blue, and they support us just as much. Shout out to their manager, Rude. We also have, I had to do some spring cleaning. That's why these names are foggy. Kyle B on the island of Maui. Actually, I'm flying out to Maui on the 22nd to shoot a music video for one day and come back. So, you know, Maui's cool. Noko Oi, shout y'all out.
Is that it?
Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Oh, Tarzan.
You see?
Shout out Tarzan. He's one of our newer members. He also did really well at the Low Hanging Fruit Openers competition and won his spot to perform on a boat.
How did you didn't say Mesmer? Did you say Mesmer?
I was gonna call him during the interview.
Really?
No, I just was covering up.
He's only performed here, Astro. Jesus.
Shout out Mesmer. He's in Indiana, so I figured the time difference. You know, you gotta give me some leg
We
here.
should call him if that's the case, then, huh?
He will be red-eyed and ready.
He'll swear. Okay. But as you know, and as we've stated before many times, you are the Suge Knight of Hawaii.
That doesn't make sense.
Shout out. I didn't create it. You talked to Stud. You talked to Stud Visions. He created that phrase, and it's been carried on with yourself, sir.
Shout out Stud.
Right. So let's go from the beginning. We got a lot to cover here. So let's start all the way at the beginning. What was the origin of everything?
Of everything.
Of everything.
So I was 16 years old. I wanted to only rap and then figured I didn't need school. So I fucked up at my last year at Pearl City. Went to Arkansas to live with my dad for my senior year. And there was a bunch of guys. At that time, I was a younger man, different person. I was more into gangbanging and stuff. So a lot of us came together because we were from different gangs, but we all liked to rap. And that was our common thing. So Kurbside actually started as people coming together with different backgrounds to create music. And that's what I continued it. I just took away the gang stuff.
What year are we looking at here?
Oh, that was 2005.
Okay.
Later on down the line, me also being a young knucklehead, I bumped my head and went to jail for 7 years. And that's when I realized that I really need to just rap. All this other stuff is cool, but it's not where it's at. So from that point, while I was locked up, I formulated this entire format for Kurbside. And then I was able to get these guys and more guys with me only by the simple fact that I showed proof. They saw what I was doing and wanted to do that too, and then wanted to know how I did it. So we broke bread and ate as a family.
Nice. So 2005 we're looking at.
Yeah.
Influences musically.
Yes.
What were they?
Of course, 2005, Lil Wayne. Lighter Flick Man.
Oh, nice.
T.I. Yeah, I remember I was in the South too, so Ludacris.
Yeah.
Young Bloods, all the guys that was popping at that time, like Jeezy, Gucci Mane. I was also into Jay-Z and Nas, so my lyricism comes somewhat from bumping a lot of East Coast music.
Right, because you have that influence in your music, so I was wondering where that came from, based off what you just said, so that perfectly makes sense.
Yeah.
Nice, so then from there, first recordings then, what started that? When did you first get into the studio? What was your first track that you laid down?
My first time in the studio is when I was 16.
Yep.
13. Yeah, but that's back when we had cassette tapes, so you could just rap over instrumentals and record it.
See? Old putts. Yes. It's a thing. We're all old.
I've been around.
Nice. That's good. So you did the cassette thing.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do the mixtape thing that was big in the early 2000s where you just rhyme over various instrumentals? Like,
No, because I had guys behind me that made beats.
okay.
So I would write to other people's stuff, but I would put it on my own beats still.
Yeah.
So I was actually lucky enough to have that because I realized a lot of people don't have that.
Right. So then from there, then when did you start performing? When was the next session, succession?
2005. Yeah, right before I left to go to Arkansas for that year, I was actually part of this record label called Soulja Boy Records. Has nothing to do with Soulja Boy, just was out at the same time
gonna
as
ask
he
you.
was.
Okay.
Yeah. But they were actually doing a lot of shows at Panama Hattie's, at O Lounge. I'm naming bars that don't even exist right
Yes. Shout out Hanson.
now. Yeah, they're like, what is that exactly?
Oh, come on, guys.
What was the bar that people used to get beat up outside of all the time?
Well, there's many, but
Pipeline.
Hey, Pipeline, right?
So actually my first show was at Don Ho's.
Nice. Yes, Aloha Tower. Yeah.
They got me a show over there.
Right.
I was under 18 and they snuck me in.
Wow. Did you open like for BET? What were you doing?
Nah, we actually had our own show. The label, we had enough artists,
Yeah.
like how we do now,
Yeah.
to have our own show. So I've been had the blueprint ingrained in me of how to work with people.
And that's the thing that we got to tap in all seriousness because of the, we joke around about all these guys that you're in your conglomerate, is I guess we could call it.
Yeah.
But you're a very business-minded guy. And you're very focused as far as the hustle of just promotion, the entire package. When did that click for you?
When I realized no one could do what I wanted for me as well as I could do it.
There you go, bro. That's right, bro. Well said. Well said. And then that all clicked from there, and then here we are.
Yeah. And then I realized there's some things I can't really do because I just have an ego. So that's why I have these guys.
Hey, all right. Shout out to the many.
Yes, sir.
Where's No Shade? No Shade is here? No?
No Shade is at work. She has night shift for the next 2 weeks. But I will drop a nugget only because she put this out on Instagram. There's this song called Tell Me featuring me. And we actually shot the music video for it. And it's going to drop on Valentine's Day.
As it should. There we go. No Shade.
That's all I can say about that.
For the win. All right. Okay. It's either that or she does like modeling, right? She's always like taking a picture smiling. She's always like doing something.
Well, it's better than taking a picture frowning.
Exactly. That's why she knows what's going on. And thank you, influencer.
Gracias.
So, when is let's talk and make sure we cover this because you got, this shows up in the camera. Event coming up, end of this month.
Yes, sir.
This is on February 29th.
Yep, leap year. Only happens once every 4 years.
Nice.
So we decided to pick one of the most significant days of the year.
Well played there.
Yes, sir. So
new album.
Drop my new album, Leo Season, which is actually my 4th studio album. You guys should check out Flame Tsunami, Lotus, Typhoon Goon. I got EPs out as well. But the real pull for me is that Liquid Smoke, which is 15 plus artists. It's the first ever Kurbside Worldwide album. We have different production from all local artists. It was mixed and mastered 99% by Mesmer. The other 1% was Bobby, my engineer. He dropped some sauce on a few tracks for us. It really was a whole thing of everyone coming together and realizing that we'll get further if we do this versus our own thing and just come together and push forward.
And as you're pushing forward like that, what is your take? And I've asked artists through the years of this one, Hawaii hip hop artists, the Hawaii hip hop scene.
Here we go.
From, late 90s in general to now. Who do you see where do you see the fan base? Who do you see that shows up to your shows? Do you have that stranger that you don't know come up to you and be like, hey, it's a great album, man? That's one thing, because we always see all our friends supporting each other, which is great.
Yep.
But do we see enough of the music getting out there to the public, to the people that we don't know?
There's 2 sides to that.
Yep.
Because one side is the people that you know, are usually going to big you up unless you really, really messed up.
Yeah.
But if you do your performances right, if you do other things with the music right, there will be strangers that come up to you. I can show you my DM with people saying, yo, your music is pretty cool.
Right.
And I don't know them. I take it in stride, though. I don't let it go to my head because I still got work to do. The other side of that is strangers can't know your music if you don't promote it. If you just drop it like
Yes.
you're Drake or Beyonce, then be mad people don't listen to it. I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
Like I got to work my ass off to get the spins I got.
Yeah.
You know, shout out Spotify. We have 15K.
Right. That's right. Spotify or die, son.
Most I've ever had. So that's like a flex, but I'm actually really, really thankful for that. So.
And because you get the music out there.
Yes.
You definitely get the music out there. As I've been following all of these local artists, you can easily see which one is a promoter-esque person and which one is not. It's like exactly what you said. They will put a song out and expect all of us to just know about it. That happens a lot.
I'm not really throwing roses at people's feet anymore. Like I got stuff to do too.
Exactly. So that's a thing that I don't know if it's a generational thing or it's because of your experience that sets you apart from a lot of these said artists. Do you notice that?
The thing that is part of that sets me apart is that you got to remember, I'm 31. I sat in a box for 7 years to plot this.
Right.
These kids didn't do that.
Right. That's it.
At the same time, when you look at somebody like Matt Thompson, Matt, how old are you?
I am 23.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
How old are you?
16.
Okay, definitely not asking you. Anyway.
It got worse and worse as you're asking these guys, what are you doing here? I got sadder and sadder as you got the ages here.
But for at least these two guys, you got to take into account that they're 22, 24, whatnot, right? When I was 22 and 24, I was locked up. These guys are performing, dropping albums. So no matter what, they're ahead of me. That's what people don't realize.
Yep.
So whether you think you're in a bad place or whatever, you're younger than me, bro. Like, you got time. You just got to be on it when you have that time. Time is crucial. You only have so much hours every day. Doesn't matter how it feels, slow or fast, is the same amount. So.
Well, on the other end of that, as far as the promotion stuff hits, and there was a song that hit pretty damn well good for you and some others.
Right.
And it became hot on TikTok. And when you're hot on TikTok, that's it. So tell us about that whole, I'm not even going to explain the whole situation. How did that come about? The song, the dance, the whole situation?
So the story behind, I know you didn't want to say it, but the story behind Dip and Lean, shout out YBK.
Shout out.
Was basically, I used to work with the main artist, Black Clout. He used to come to the studio with Mesmer to record, mix his stuff. He knew I was dope. I supported him. I knew he was dope. He said, man, you just not getting the views. Why? I don't know why people don't do whatever it takes to get you off this place, to get you going. And he's like, look, I'm going to make this song with my guys. I'm just going to add you on it. You do what you do, and we're going to push it. He hit me up with the beat. Yeah. Cool. I took him to John Lyon. John mixed it, mastered it. We put it out. Bam the Damser got it put on TikTok. Benny the Bull took off with it.
It's insane. It's everywhere. Every team cheerleading base is doing this thing. When Chuck E. Cheese is doing it, then you know you've really made it. It's amazing how things just blow up and trend, as they say.
Yeah.
So what was your feelings seeing this thing just evolve into? Because you're reposting every time on Instagram, like, here's the Houston Texans cheerleaders doing this. Here's this cheerleaders, and this must be just blowing your mind away.
It didn't really hit me until the Arizona Cardinals cheerleaders did it. Not that I like nor dislike the team, but where I personally did my time was in Arizona. So there was a lot of ACOs that used to like, oh, you're not going to make it, this, that, and whatever. And then once I saw the Arizona Cardinals do it, I was like, yo, your team likes my song. And that is how you do revenge. Like, you don't get back at them. You just do what you do, and you do it well.
God, that must have been just phenomenal to see.
I laughed so hard.
I could only imagine. What's the next steps from that? Because you're not really performing with or correct me if I'm wrong. You haven't performed with them here.
I performed with them 2 to 3 times.
Okay.
Pool parties and then a beach party, actually.
Oh yes, we haven't mentioned the Kurbside Worldwide beach parties, boat parties.
We do stuff.
Parties with water. It's always there. Everybody just hanging out. Tsunami, right? I mean, shit. So, what goes behind that? Is that you two behind the mastermind behind those parties?
Everything that happens with Kurbside behind it, I give the yes or no.
See?
I don't think of all the ideas.
Okay, right.
We have our manager in the crowd. Kayla, who actually got us the Dumbfounded concert, which was the biggest Kurbside concert
Oh, right.
at a packed out club next door.
Nice, yes. That was Just Bone production.
Yes. Shout out Just Bone.
Shout out Just Bone.
Also, my girlfriend Jess, she comes up with a lot of ideas. Lay comes up with a lot of ideas. Our women are some of our strongest people.
That's right.
I mean, I just give the yes or no. That's all.
The Suge Knight of Hawaii.
Definitely don't know what that means.
Yeah, we don't want to hang like hollies off of like a balcony, and yeah, I got it. But yes, it's what you do. You sign off. It's a good thing. So, I wanted to ask you this because I wanted to, when promoting this new album, I wanted to have like a physical thing. Like a lot of guys, vinyl is getting in again. Vinyl's becoming hip again.
Is that so, Kayla? You heard that?
Paperwork. Will we ever see at Kurbside Worldwide a purple vinyl? Purple vinyl.
Oh wow!
Picture cover of yourself, the millions you.
Oh yeah. That's gonna. I didn't even know that was possible.
I'm
not gonna lie.
I mean,
you gotta write that down.
We got the local Marianitos doing it. You got Otoro and Kurosawa doing it. I mean, I think it's possible, and it seems to be a thing just to have as art and just to have as a thing. And it would be perfect to have a purple vinyl thing. I was just thinking about as I was about to introduce you, like we should have a physical copy of this thing, and it'd be a good keepsake. It'd be a good memorabilia.
I'm gonna talk to Dish, okay? We gonna have a chat. Yeah.
See, live brainstorming. And then you have the great. Finally, we gotta show this one out. I know you can kind of see it off kilter. The infamous. Here we go. The infamous. Yeah, I'm hanging this on the wall, but I'm gonna hang it up. Like, I don't know how to hang it up. The infamous shirt.
I'll let them say hi to
Here we go.
Makes it.
Here we go. The designer.
So the design it's a hearts on sleeves design on the sleeve itself, and then there's a make it happen on the back.
Autographed.
And it's all autographed. That's all of us on there.
How about it?
Authentic. It's autographed by everybody. It's real memorabilia.
And it's truly real memorabilia because you actually wore this shirt.
Yeah.
So sweat from this gentleman is on this shirt. It's good. It smells fine. So it's a great keepsake. It's a great keepsake here.
Bruh.
There we go. And there we are. So February 29th, what are we going to be in store? Anything, any surprises? What are we going to have? Are you going to go through the whole album? Are you going to perform the whole thing? Or what are you going to be doing?
Yeah, I got it. Slide bands, everybody. Hearts on sleeves. There we go.
Yes. Yes.
So as far as for the listening party or release party, we are actually going to have tracks playing throughout the whole night, but there's certain tracks we're going to be performing. So not every single song, we only have so much time, but we're performing certain tracks from the Kurbside project with multiple artists on stage. I'm performing about 8 tracks, maybe 7 tracks from Leo season.
Yes.
And then just added, Young Six just released her first ever EP called Iridescence, and she's performing that in its entirety.
Oh, shout out. Yes.
So shout out Young Six.
The music keeps coming.
Everybody has something on the way. Matt Thompson, 910, dropped Virgo Season, his first album ever last year within Kurbside. Slide Bands is dropping his first album, Do Not Get Involved. That drops on Valentine's Day. Praise has stuff in the works. He's still 16, so we can't release his music yet.
It's not legal yet.
It's not legal yet. It's wild. Trust me, you'll enjoy it though.
So Slappers, that's Matt Thompson.
Yes, sir.
On that one. Cedric Clinton's on this album as well.
Yes, he is. He killed it with a Harry Potter verse.
Yeah, I didn't catch on. I wasn't a Harry Potter fan, but yeah, Cedric Clinton. Shout out to him as well. Too bad he didn't get to show up, but it's a great album, man. I tell you. And then of course James Harden.
Sweet. Wrist.
It,
I need someone to make a dance for that. I can't dance.
Well, I'll talk to Kwalified. We can figure that out since we're his biggest supporters. So we'll figure that out.
Oh, Kwalified is also hosting my show. DJ Quality on the 1s and 2s.
Wow.
We got all stars for this, video screens and everything.
What's the shtick for that one, Kwalified? I'll talk to you about that. We're gonna come up with something. We gotta come up with something on that. This is gonna be just a loaded situation, and then I will be attending this one. I'm gonna be showing up as it starts at 10:30 p.m.
Yep.
I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Caffeine, cocaine for the win. I'm gonna be up.
You can take a nap.
10:30. I don't take cocaine. I could.
You can take a nap. That's normal. He went straight to cocaine. Like, nap, nigga?
He does
what?
everything the hard way.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. I'm just saying, I'm gonna make it here, and then I'm gonna go get the head howler in charge, Thomas Ray. He's gonna show up, hopefully, at this event. Okay, Thomas Ray will be there.
I'm pulling Thomas on stage.
FBI, so just don't do the cocaine in front of him.
All right, there you go. FBI for the loss. All right, I got it. We'll be there. We're all going to be there. We employ everybody listening and watching to show up at this thing. This is going to be at, is it Hawaiian Brian?
Yes, sir. Crossroads, the big room.
Nice, yes. And then we got 10:30 to 2, February 29th.
Yes, sir.
I like how you do put 18 and over to enter.
Yep.
21 to drink. Okay, good. He can't go though. But
Yeah, he's 16. Well, I don't know how
He's
I'm
not
gonna get him
allowed.
in the door.
You're not, well, just don't carry a cup. I think we don't even want to get that impression of you just having a cup at all. So just eliminate that. Don't carry a cup.
We're gonna put an X on his hand.
Oh, you don't want to be that guy. So, what after this though? I know there's a lot of stuff in the works. What can you give us a preview of what's happening in the months that come here? Past February, March.
I have another album in the works
You see?
called Memento Mori.
You see how that works?
And it actually already sounds different than Leo Season, and because all my albums sound different because each one is
true.
a different time in where I'm at. Some are angry, some are reflective, some are having fun. It's just where I'm at. But yeah, it's called Memento Mori. I have cover art for it. I'm not telling nobody about none of the tracks.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
I've got 9 so far.
Nice. Well, okay. Can I guess I don't. That's very true what you said about all your albums are drastically different. Do I foresee maybe some type of boom bap style album as a thing? Have you delved into that more?
I have boom bap beats in my phone.
Yeah.
It's just the beats I normally get sent are like trap or now
Right.
like West Coast bop.
Right.
Because people be like, oh, he did this song. I'm gonna send him. I don't want
Right.
that. I want something new.
Right.
But no, shout out Joey straight up. I actually should have something coming with him soon on
I
the
can
boom bap
totally-
beat.
Right. I've talked with several others, and we think that will totally match your style, and then match your because you're great. Now, shout out to you're a great freestyler. Now
Hey.
I'm just saying you at the shout out the 4th anniversary party
4th anniversary that was lit. This place
last
was
July.
packed.
We had 69 people in here, and you, Cedric, Qualify, Rucka yelling and swearing. It was a hoot, and it was all freestyle.
I shouted out Thomas off the dome.
Yes,
you know.
you did. You shout out Sin as she's known, the wife of Thomas Ray. I think even she
Wife
was
and
in the-
equally a boss. Let's get that straight before she sees this
Yeah.
later and be like, why didn't you shout me out?
Yeah.
Hi, Sin.
Watch when she's watching this back. She'll be swearing and yelling.
So mad.
Piss off. Okay, yeah. Shout out.
So cool.
Shout out Sin. Okay. Anything in closing that you want to leave us with? Any closing inspirational words?
I would
Sir.
just say that a year ago, people laughed at me when I posted a Unify Hawaii hip hop
That's right.
thing.
That is right.
A year later, I dropped the collab album with 15 plus artists. Don't let nobody tell you what you can do.
That is right. I totally forgot about that. And I'm sorry I have to bring this up again, but
What's up?
it was after you made that statement that Stood came out and said, "You are the Suge Knight of Hawaii." I don't want to beat a dead horse. All right? None of us want to get run over. None of us want to be called Vanilla Ice. But I'm just saying, I think it was around that time.
Word.
If Stood was here, damn it. But perfect.
Stood is
timing.
here in spirit.
Yes, he's filming something. He's getting some videotape of somebody standing around. Yeah.
I'm gonna leak it. I don't care. He not here. I'm on a song with Stood too. That's dropping soon.
Shout out to rapping.
And
Yes.
Qualified on that song too. All 3 of us. He should have showed up.
Mind blown. Mind blown. Stood rhyming.
Rapper Stood is cool. You ain't heard I Got Ice?
He's got the voice already. For
Yeah,
it.
he does.
So not surprising. But speaking of the voice, you're performing stuff tonight. We got 2 songs from you tonight.
Yeah, you do.
What we got here? What do
We got Slappers with
Yeah.
my brother Matt Thompson. Also, Toxic is the one that made the beat. He gets the feature credit. Shout out. And then my solo song, James Harden. The 2 singles respectively from Leo Season.
Nice. So let's get right. Let's take a break here, and then let's get one of these songs going here. We'll set up for that one.
Yeah, let's do it.
Song number 1 is gonna be, sir.
Slappers featuring Matt Thompson 910 and my homie Toxic who produced the beat.
Nice. This is one of my personal faves, so it's gonna be good. Once again.
Let's get it. Shout out Freeze on the 1s and 2s. Whole lot of friendly faces. I'm gonna have to go ahead and turn up real quick then. Make it slap. I got slappers. Keep a shell on me like a snapper. Left cheek, right cheek, that's a clapper. Two turned up, got it going down after. From the VIP to the hotel, having TAC with no smell. Got a freak elite leaking like a oh well. Got a freak elite leaking like a oh well, oh well. Pull her to a party in a hard top. Her daddy rich, she got a mansion out in Port Lot. She hella thick, she was a booty for a doorstop. I love this bitch, but if she ask me, then of course not. Now I'm doggos, but I doggos. From the foreign in the Volvos. Solid shells around my neck like what you call those? Had to hit it on one knee, football pose. Swervo in that pussy, got a splash in. Real big island booty, she got action. Hit her on the west side, cats on the left side. She don't twerk, but she ride it like she dancing. Met a bad ass bitch from the fofo. Met her on a sunny beach in Wamanalo. I was burning in the back of a Tahoe. Couple minutes, she was pouring up a bottle. Oh! I got slappers. Keep a shell on me like a snapper. Left cheek, right cheek, that's a clapper. Two turned up, got it going down now. Make it slap. I got slappers. Keep a shell on me like a snapper. Left cheek, right cheek, that's a clapper. Two turned up, got it going down now. Yeah. I don't play, you can enter with it. She gon' throw it back with a feeling in it. She don't really care like the windows tinted. No way, I can leave it unattended. What you sippin'? Yeah, came in it, bitch, on some lit shit. Mary Jane with me in the bitch like it's Christmas. Boy toy, but I make her call me daddy dick. Sharing with another, no way that she having it. She bust down, quote unquote. Legs like a stein, she gon' drive the boat. Cloud 9 vibe, make a nigga float. Lights, camera, action, and I cut up. Now who I be? Call me M-A-T-T, lighting shit up. From the west to the east, they don't hear about me now. They get punched about they sleep, no sleep. I beast, came a little savage. This is not a way that you panic. I see lighting causing damage. Energy is up, better hold down when you stand it. Or I'ma get dark, make a nigga understand it. Understand it. Make it slap. I got slaps. Keep a shell on me like a snapper. Left cheek, right cheek, that's a clapper. Two turned up, got it going down after. Make it slaps. I got slappers. Keep a shell on me like a snapper. Left cheek, right cheek, that's a clapper. Two turned up, got it going down after. From the VIP to the hotel, dabbing CAC with no smell. Got a freaking lead licking like a oh well. Got a freaking lead licking like a oh well. From the VIP to the hotel, dabbing CAC with no smell. Got a freaking lead licking like a oh well. Got a freaking lead licking like a oh well, oh well. I got slappers. Keep a shell on me like a snapper. Left cheek, right cheek, that's a clapper. Two turned up, got it going down after. Make it slap. I got slappers. Keep a shell on me like a snapper. Left cheek, right cheek, that's a clapper. Two turned up, got it going down after. Curbside. There we go.
Yes, it's very quiet.
So yeah, hey.
It just seems very eerily quiet right now, but maybe that's the case because for the 69th time yet again, Kwalified is back.
I'm back.
Looking like Santa.
69.
You got the Christmas hat going on there, but it's
man.
It's Rockets colors.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
Okay, just checking. All right.
Well, the champion because that's what we're gonna be this year.
Thank you. I'm cautiously optimistic of. In case anybody that doesn't know or hasn't followed the show, Kwalified and I are fans of the Houston Rockets of Houston.
Like 2 of the 4 on the island.
2 of the 4. Wait, there was no 4. The 4 horsemen are dead. IA is no longer a Rockets fan because he's a Mellow fan.
That's right.
So he can get out of here.
He's a Blazers fan now.
He can really get out of here. And then shout out DJ Liger Woods, who I think is claiming he's still a Houston Rockets fan. You friend of DJ Liger Woods on the Instagram?
Yes.
Yeah. You comment on his many posts?
Sometimes.
All right. Yeah. You don't need to. So
prolific poster.
So well, I wanted to have you on here, and a makeshift thing was, okay. Clearly, a heavy situation happened in the basketball world. Both of us are immense basketball fans.
That's right.
The passing of Kobe Bryant hit us all, and major horrific news.
Yeah.
Kobe to his daughter Gianna to the 7 other people. I wanted to go a different route with that because everybody we're all at heavy hearts on the situation. I wanted to go into Kobe as a man, the person that he is, and like the good moments and highlights.
Yeah.
If you can we can come and muster together. What was your first thoughts of when it happened Sunday morning? I mean, devastating to all of us. But
yeah, no, man. I just didn't think it was real.
For a moment, it didn't seem like it was real.
You know, so like I just kept looking everything up. I was just like, nah, man, no way.
Right.
And then when I heard his daughter was on the plane too, I was just that was crazy. I'm a dad, so I was like, man, I can't even I just couldn't imagine.
That took that and magnified that even further for anyone with children.
Yeah, like it was just crazy. So but yeah, then after that I just thought about just kind of what Kobe meant to me personally, just growing up and watching him. I was a big fan, especially with him coming out of high school. Of course, I was still a kid at the time, but him being young and coming out of high school, that was just super cool to me. I was just like, oh, he's gonna be the youngest players in the league. This is dope. And then when he started being good rather quickly, he was one of my favorite moments of Kobe was he had a breakaway in the All-Star game. I think it was maybe 98. I don't know. But he had a breakaway in the All-Star game, did a 360 dunk. And that was when he still had the fro, number 8.
Oh, yeah, 97, 98,
yeah. Right. So, I was just like, oh, man. That was just super cool. And he was, one of the youngest cats to be in the All-Star game at that time. So, it was...
And that's the thing, because based off the fact that, okay, we're not Lakers fans, but we were always big fans of his persona.
Yeah.
Just the way he carried himself, his play.
Right.
I mean, we never liked them when they played the Rockets, of course.
Not at all.
But we're gonna respect what he.
You got to respect greatness.
He was the first closer killer since Jordan.
Yeah.
Right? Where you could confidently give him the ball at the end of the game, and you'd be cool, you'd be all right.
It's a wrap.
So there was that situation, and the fact that he was the same age, it affected me because he was the same age as myself. So I kind of was sort of check in, oh, he's 19, what's he doing? He's 20.
Yeah.
And it was a weird little thing. It was our generational idol, I guess.
Yeah.
But the thing that also set him apart was the work ethic of our generation was unparalleled, because he was always a focused guy. You'd always be getting focused in the game. He'd be focused off the court, and he was introverted at the same time.
Right.
Thus the Mamba situation. And that was the thing that I look back on as a person. If you're an NBA fan, if you're not an NBA fan, it doesn't matter. You just look at the fact that this guy with the confidence and focus, but still he can lay back.
Yeah.
He lay in the cut.
Yeah, chill.
You don't see that anymore.
Yeah.
I don't see, right? In this generation compared,
you
don't see that kind of a person. If we compare the NBA players now, right? Who off the top of the head can you think of that is that type of focus? That is that type of mentality that's going to get pissed if you forget your jersey, or if you get shout out to Anthony Davis,
right.
Something like that. There's no one. That's the magnitude of this whole situation.
Yeah.
So, I mean, favorite Kobe moment was Game 7, Portland Trail Blazers. Portland was up in the fourth quarter. They came back. The alley-oops to Shaq. That was it. That was the three. That was the three titles.
Shaq runs up.
Right. You knew that was it.
Yeah.
You knew, because I thought Portland had him.
Yeah.
And when they did that, I was like, all right.
Wow, look at this. Yeah.
Lakers, we got to deal with now for 3 years. But that was it. And that was the magnitude of it. So, heavy situation, man.
It's crazy.
I mean, any, throughout the years, anything that's changed as far as his being a fan, following him around because, there's all the things that have gone on with him as far as the allegations that he went through, the rape allegations. Pretty much that was the only heavy hitter thing that he kind of got into.
Yeah.
Did you believe it when that happened? That was a strange thing too.
Yeah, when that happened, I was just like, "Yo, what?"
Exactly. I said the exact same thing.
What are you?
Exact same thing. Yeah.
Nah, Kobe.
It just didn't fit. I mean, without saying, it's the mentality of this guy who can also show off that he's a very funny guy too, which you don't see. That's basically.
Didn't he need to go through that to create that fire of that controversy of that whole deal to create the Mamba persona in a sense?
Oh yeah, there definitely does an evolution.
You had to go from 8 to 24.
Right.
From that personal side,
Right.
and then-
Because if you don't remember, if we forget, like when Kobe was a rookie, he sucked for most of the year.
Yeah.
It was not good, and he blew a lot of games, like where they gave him the ball at the end, and that's
like a game with all the air balls.
evolved, right?
Wasn't he have like just tons of air balls in one?
Right, there was a game where he had many threes,
Or even that playoff game against the Jazz early.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so that all leads to something. It's just it's a generational thing that's I don't think has ever hit us as big, even during the days of Jordan, even during the days of Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. I'm old. Those guys, we were like, when they retire, they'll be all right. When Kobe retired, what's he gonna do?
Yeah.
We didn't really know what's he gonna do. He didn't have, theaters like Magic did.
Yeah.
He didn't seem like he wanted to coach. They said, "Oh, maybe go inside the NBA at TNT." I can't see him joking around like that, like how they do it. So it's kind of an odd situation. So
I think one of the things that I liked about seeing him after his career, and especially like in the past few years, is just seeing him with his family.
Yeah.
And like how involved he was with Gianna's team and the whole Mamba Academy, and just like what he wanted to, even what he wanted to do like for women's basketball as a whole.
A very underrated thing that he,
you know what I mean?
put
Like,
for. So
I just thought that was really cool. Like that he wanted to help the entire game, like in support of his daughter. Like that was just real dope to me as a, coming.
Well, you as a father.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
Like, that's something I thought was really cool.
And with that said, I mean, there's tons of stories reminiscing or whatnot of what we loved about his career, just him as a person. So I was going to put this out there. Shout out scheduling. I'm going to try to set up a Kobe Bryant special panel discussion thing.
Okay.
Good luck with me figuring that out. But I was going to have yourself on. All the Ozna, we'll get Ozna on here. We'll get Earl Kaimaki, all those guys. So we're going to possibly put something like that in. Clear your schedule, Wally, because I know you're a busy guy. You're hosting. You're doing all kind of.
I'm out here, man.
You're doing a talent show.
Juggling.
I tell you, let's shout out Quali. He did before we go to the break here and have Astro perform again. You did a talent show.
Yeah.
On this past Thursday.
Yep.
Who won that? Was there like a magic?
There's like there were multiple winners because we're all winners.
I hope. Yes. Who entered this thing? Can you give us before we go to break? Who entered this talent competition?
Let's see. Astro was in it.
Kurbside was in it. The entire roster.
6 people.
Yeah, there was 6 of the Kurbsides. 6 Kurbsides.
Congrats. You were the judge of this.
I was one of 5 judges.
Who were the 4?
There. So
Kurbside Worldwide. Who was? Did Mesmer fly back for this? And what was going on with this event? Because
there were a lot of things happening. Apparently. Shout out to MP Royalties and Riley, aka the Red Rider. There were a lot of judges. Jimmy Taco.
Hey, all right.
He was in the building.
Shout out.
He was a judge.
Yep.
My man, Bag Boys from Bag Boys.
Oh.
And then let's see, Milk, DJ Milk.
Yeah. Okay.
And Tab Saber
Yes.
Salon.
What's Stood doing?
Stood who had a camera.
Stood you up.
He was there.
You sure he was there?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
He was
always
there.
filming. If you guys follow the IG story of Stood,
Yeah.
constantly filming. He's constantly
all kinds of stuff.
talking shit, filming and talking shit. It's a phenomenal
Sometimes he
IG.
films himself talking shit.
It's fantastic. He needs a spin-off sitcom. But then talent show, you gonna do this again? Is this a monthly thing? What is the?
We were looking for openers for a show, Low Hanging Fruit. They're gonna be rocking out here, and then Love for It Fest. Shout out to my man Hakeem Paragon. So
gotta get him on here. Yes.
All of that is what's happening.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Factory Boys still.
Yeah, we're still here. We're still doing it all the time. Pause.
So if you love Stud,
weekly episodes.
It is
weekly episodes of podcasting.
You guys, you wake up and you do it. It's just you're there. Stud's there. I mean, if you want to hear more Stud, he's just he's just swearing and then just saying, I don't know, man. That's basically
that's what we do.
10 minutes of the show. Yeah. So shout out to that. Any further projects you got? Because you got a million things yourself. You're just like Astro here. You got,
man. I got.
Here we go.
Yeah, no, dude. I'm like working on like an album because I still rap too on the side sometimes.
No doubt.
So, and another one. So like, yeah. So there's an album coming in like April 20th. It's one of my favorite days of the year. You dig?
You got that one? Okay, yes.
Yeah.
And then you got your listening party. And also I got to say, we're going to get this off the ground.
Yes.
You and I are probably the only people within the 69-mile radius that still watch pro wrestling.
Yes.
So because of that, we are starting together, you and myself.
This is happening. Listen.
A spin-off wrestling streaming thing.
Oh,
gosh, that sounds
we don't even
really
know what to call it.
Scary, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And yes, we don't know what to call it, but it's going to be you and I watching old wrestling matches.
Yes.
On Twitch is what the kids call it.
Twitch.
The kids, they love Twitch. They love to stream everything, stream themselves, and they're going to enjoy, hopefully.
Yes. They will enjoy it.
Until we get banned. I don't know what the legal rights of showing old wrestling footage is on stream.
We're just gonna do it. You know what I mean?
Noted.
Like some fucking renegades. The NWO is what we are.
That's what we're gonna call it.
Two of us.
We just get copyright infringements galore. We'll call it the NWO. Show NWO matches.
Yes.
Banned in a day. So that's coming up for the future. The Shutdown podcast. Paulie, always a pleasure, man. Always
fun.
Man,
thanks for having me.
As always.
Thanks for having me in my hat.
I love your hat. Back with more Astreaux Guillotine. Let's take a break. Paulie, you ready for this?
Chili Rock. Qualified's like, I don't even know the words of this song.
Oh, shit. Just know it's called James Harden. Okay. And once again, performing James Harden. Astreaux Guillotine.
Yeah. The song is produced by John Lyon. Shout out Kwalified. Yeah. Aw, shit, she done sprung a leak. Put it in my face on some tongue in cheek. Had it every night, every day this week. Cheeks start clapping when they play this beat. Up, down, left, right, start select. Time to take flight, gotta arch your neck. Put it in my lap, you don't need to see. Shells hanging on me like a Jesus piece. Fuck a who's who, bitch, I ain't him. My name ring bells like 9 a.m. Beginning how I live since a BG. Ever since 13, never been PG. Bitch, I'm beastie, slide like a squeegee. Good enough to pay me for the ride like a beaky. H1, H2, driving in a circle. She don't need smoke, she just fucking with the purple. Hearts on sleeves, hands on knees. Tsunami on land, make a land on me. It's a celebration, I'm a young OG. On my mama, niggas gon' pay me my fee. Tsunami Sama, how you get that juice? Couldn't even find it in a can or a fruit. Flow so smooth, I just sweep in the scoop. If I ever point a finger, then I'm aiming to shoot. Wrist, 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 James Harden. Switch, 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 I'm ballin'. Wrist, 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 James Harden. Switch, 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 I'm ballin'. Been a hot boy ever since a nigga spark. Used to sell weed out of Holyola Park. David was my brother, but the family grew apart. Don't blame it on the pussy, nigga, blame it on your heart. Don't try me, bitch, no free parking. Respect don't change like clothes on Cartman. Bars hella fire, hit the booth and it's arson. Hit the blue note and all red like Carmen. Big booty, real big booty. Ask me what type, I like a thick as a smoothie. Diving in that pussy, yeah, I feel like a jacuzzi. When I fuck her, yeah, she love me. When I don't, she hella moody, she be choosing. I ain't really with the pimpin', but fuck with me and join the team and we'll be winning. In company, my Uncle C is on a mission. Fuck a pass, my ass say kissing. Tsunami Sama, how you get that juice? Couldn't even find it in a can or fruit. Flow so smooth, I just sweep in the scoop. If I ever point a finger, then I'm aiming to shoot. Wrist, James Harden. Swish, I'm ballin'. Wrist, James Harden. Swish, I'm ballin' like, hey. Hold on real quick. Let that play out, Freeze. Okay. Y'all already know what I'm about to do. Let's go. Okay. I said curbside. 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 There we go. Leo season in stores now.
Oh, yes, give it up for Astreaux Guillotine here. The dancing debut of Qualified. What else can you do? Oh,
Yo,
yay.
I want to watch this so bad because I had no idea what Qualified was doing. He's just wearing it looks like he's wearing all white in the camera like a ghost just. That's all I saw while I was rapping. I was like, yo, this is going to be interesting.
The ghost of Qualified. It was interesting. All right, we got to get out of here. Astro, I tell you, as always, great stuff, man. Always fun. Always fun. Finally got to sit down and interview you.
Yeah.
Shout
I like
out.
being talked about me.
We want to talk about you. Shout out Qualified.
Qualified here, you know what I mean?
Qualified, the dancing stylings of Qualified. Yep. Yep, no one's high tonight. And then we're going to shout out to...
The Red Rider.
All clean. All clean. Shout out to the Lord Flores. Shout out Sky Cameron. KO on the boards. DJ Freeze. To Kurbside Worldwide. LLC.
Real quick,
Right.
shout out the sponsors. Hearts on sleeves,
right.
Square Barrels.
Square Barrels, yes. Mother Clucker is still a thing.
Still a thing.
We're
Still
still running chicken sandwiches.
I'm
It's
still
February.
cooking
That's right. Hopefully they'll be available. Shout out to Sakai and Company. Shout out LFC Media. The Hi Brau Room. Aloha Beer Company.
Lord Flores.
We're out. Good night.